Hello everyone, welcome to my sweet and savory kitchen. Today, we are going to make these delicious vanilla custard buns. Let's get right into the recipe. So for the custard, I'll start by pouring some milk in a pan. Then I'll add some butter. I'll go ahead and stir this until the butter melts completely and small bubbles appear. As you can see, bubbles is starting to form on the side, so I'll turn it off now. Next, I have 3 egg yolks in a bowl, and onto that I'm adding sugar. Then whisk it together until the sugar is fully dissolved. Next, I'll add some cornstarch and keep stirring until there are no lumps and is fully incorporated. All the measurements and ingredients for this recipe will be in the description box below. The mixture is nice and smooth, so I'll grab the milk and butter and slowly whisk it into this mixture. This is because the milk is still hot and you do not want lumps of cooked eggs in your custard. Pouring it slowly allows it to adjust to the temperature. Then I'll go ahead and sieve it back into the pot to make sure there are no lumps. Alright, so this goes back onto the stove on a medium heat and keep stirring constantly until it thickens. As you can see, it's looking thick and smooth, and this is the consistency I'm going for. So I'll turn it off and then add a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Mix it up nicely and then I'll go ahead and pour it in a bowl. Then I'll cover it and set it aside to cool down completely while we start with our dough. For the dough, I have some all-purpose flour, sugar, instant dry yeast, and then salt. Mix these together and set it aside. For the wet ingredients, I have some milk and I added 1 egg. Mix it together as well and then pour it onto the dry ingredients. I'll be using my stand mixer to knead this dough, but if you don't have one, don't worry, you can still make this. Start on a low speed to begin with, then mix on high for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, add some butter and then continue mixing on high for another 5 minutes. If you are using your hand to knead this dough, this could take about 15 minutes. And you have to knead until the dough is soft, smooth and stretchy. Next, transfer the dough onto your clean work surface and mold it into a ball. I'll then cut it into 8 equal pieces. If you want to get equal sizes, you can use a scale. Grab these pieces one by one and shape it into a ball. Then cover it and leave it to rest for about 20 minutes for it to become soft. After 20 minutes, take one and roll it out. Then add your custard. So after, fold it over and gently press the edges. And then lift it up and pinch the edge together. Just make sure you seal it properly because you don't want the custard to be oozing out. Then I'll line them on my tray and continue the same process until all is done. So you fold it over and then gently press the edges. And then pinch the edges to seal it. So next, I'm going to cover it and leave it for about 40 to 50 minutes for it to rise. With these buns, I'm not going to bake it in the oven. I'll be making them in a pan. So after 40 minutes, grab one and place it in the pan. And then after, cover it and turn the heat on low. Then let it cook for about 5 to 7 minutes on this side. Then flip it over and let it cook on 5 minutes on the other side. Remember, you don't need to preheat your pan and your heat should be very low as well. This can burn very quickly, so just keep an eye on it depending on your stove. After 5 minutes on the other side, take it out and your buns are ready. Just repeat the same process for all the other ones. Now let's take a look on the inside. These are so good and I hope you give this recipe a try. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you consider subscribing, like, share and leave a comment for me. I'll see you next time. Bye!